RoidGearNet News: How Bodybuilding Saved This 51-year-old's Life. Proving it's never too late to transform your life, Jane won her first bikini competition at 46. Growing up, I had a bit of a rough ride. My parents divorced when I was 6, and the following years I barely saw my father. We constantly moved around, and my new stepdad's alcoholism was traumatic for our whole family. By my teens, I started suffering from depression. I didn't realize it at the time. Eventually starting to rebel, I fought a lot with my mom. My grades slipped, and by 18 I had moved out of the house. By 19, I married my first husband, and we separated just 6 months later. Throughout my 20s, I regularly drank, dabbled in drugs, and partied to cover up my pain. I remarried aged 32, but once again, the relationship collapsed within a matter of months. Diagnosed with clinical depression, I hit an all-time low. But instead of trying to fix myself, I buried myself in more drinking and partying. In and out of therapy for years, my destructive behavior continued. I was either drunk or stoned 7 nights a week. Mentally, I was foggy. Emotionally, I was a mess. And physically, I was underweight and undernourished. By age 41, I'd been hospitalized 3 times, twice for suicide attempts. I often secretly feared I'd never make it to age 50. Somehow, through all of this, I still managed to drag myself to the gym for cardio sessions a few times a week. I was obsessed with being skinny, and so pushed my unhealthy, frail body to its limits. Then one day, aged 45, I was running when I suddenly experienced excruciating pain through my left hip. I was diagnosed with a labral tear in my hip socket, and my physio told me I need to stop cardio immediately. I couldn't bear the thought of putting on weight. It terrified me. "You should try easing into weight training instead," he said. I'd never lifted weights before, always having had the belief it would make me big and bulky. But with no other option, I decided to give it a go. I joined a new gym that specialized in weight training and 12-week transformations. I met with a trainer who worked out an exercise plan for me involving 5 weight sessions a week. At first, I felt so awkward. I was completely out of my comfort zone, and I had no idea what I was doing. But my trainer motivated me to keep going, and within weeks, I started to notice positive changes, both inside and out. I started feeling more focused and, dare I say, even a bit positive and happy. I couldn't believe that I was eating so much, yet my body shape was changing in such an amazing way. By the end of that 12-week program, I was fitter, happier, and more toned than I could remember ever being. Then, my trainer encouraged me to start another 12-week program, this time with the goal to prep for a bodybuilding competition. Just 3 months earlier, I'd been partying every night, had such low self-esteem, and wouldn't have dreamed it was possible. Now, I'd naturally nearly cut all alcohol out of my life without even realizing, and the thought of continuing to transform my body and strutting around on stage was exciting. So aged 46, I started training for my first bikini bodybuilding comp. For 12 weeks I trained 7 days a week, my trainer devising a tailored plan for me incorporating both free weights and weight machines. My diet consisted of oats, berries, protein, organic chicken breast and fresh veggies, water and supplements. With each week my body was looking more toned, muscly and sculpted. When the day of my first comp arrived, I was riddled with nerves. Arriving at Sydney's Cronulla Sharks Leagues Club, tanned up in my shiny black bikini, was a very surreal experience. I couldn't help question whether I was too old, not lean enough, not muscular enough, you name it. But as soon as I got up on stage, I went into competition mode and just tried to enjoy the experience as much as I could. Although I didn't place in that comp, it was such an amazing day and a real marker of the start of the new Jane. I'd come so far in such a short time. At 46, I'd finally stopped drinking, transformed my body, and entered a bikini bodybuilding comp. I felt I could do anything I set my mind to. I continued with regular training and set my sights on entering more comps. My second one was later that same year, and I felt so confident in my best shape ever and was so proud to place second. When my 50th birthday neared, I decided to mark it by entering my third comp, accompanied by an amazing, sexy photo shoot. I'd been depressed in my 30s, suicidal in my 40s. But I wanted to welcome my golden decade by declaring to the world not only had I fully recovered, but I was sexy, confident, and ready to take on the world. Now, aged 51, I'm continuing with training, and I've also self-published my own book, Finding Myself from the Outside In. I want to share my journey with others to show that age is no barrier to transform yourself. For me, bodybuilding literally saved my life. A physical transformation is wonderful, but an internal transformation is priceless. Want to start weight training? Here are Jane's top tips to get you started. Number 1. Get a coach. Having constant guidance, motivation, and inspiration will help you stay on track and reach your goals. Number 2. Design a set program. Following a set program designed for your unique body and goals will help you stay focused. Number 3. Build up slowly. Start with body weight and gradual increases, and then don't be afraid to lift heavy. Number 4. Recovery. Warm up, stretch to cool down, get plenty of sleep, and have regular physiotherapy and massages. Number 5. Be patient. Remember, everyone was a beginner once. Technique, results, and confidence come with practice. If you or anyone you know needs some extra support, or if you know someone who loves this, share it with them. Brought to you by RoidGearNet. Build your body with RoidGearNet.